Hello and welcome to James Hill Sports. I am he. It is a pleasure to be with my main man. His name is CJ Brooks. He is known across America as a quarterback, QB1, wearing jersey number 3 for VUL Dragons football the last 2 seasons. First and foremost, CJ, I hope you are well. How's it going, sir? How are you these days?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me on your show today.
Awesome, awesome. Talk a little bit about what you want to say and what you want to tell everybody, what's going on right now, and your latest and greatest announcement, if you will, and what you want people across America to know.
Yes, sir. First, I would just like to thank God for giving me every opportunity He's given me, guiding me through every choice that I've made. I also just want to thank, my coaches, especially Coach Newman for believing in me throughout these years, all these trials and tribulations that we've gone through together. Um, I'd like to thank all my offensive coaches, all my teammates, everybody that I played with, just for being there, believing in me and trusting in me to lead them to victories. Um, and with that being said, I am entering my name into the transfer portal with 3 years eligibility left. Like I said, I just want to give thanks to the man above and to all my teammates and coaches.
The term student athlete is applicable. Tell the people out there your GPA.
Yes, sir. I have a 4.0 GPA as of right now. And this semester I am having straight A's. So we're looking to keep that a 4.0 all around.
Excellent. Take us into your journey. It began in Orlando, and after graduating from Olympia High School, you decided to take your talents to VUL as a freshman Phenom. Take us into that thought process, what it was like in working with Coach Newman and the guys, and what you were able to get done in the first year.
Yes, sir. Coming out of high school, I had a couple offers. And I was just blessed with the opportunity to have that offer from VUL. It really gave me a platform to showcase my abilities, especially against the Division I talent, which I believed, as well as a lot of my teammates and coaches believe that I could play at. So it really gave me a great opportunity to go out there and show everybody what I've been trying to preach to them all along. Coach Newman, great coach. I love him to death. He really was there for me through everything, getting there first as a freshman, a little timid and everything about how I was going to fit in with a lot of 20-year-olds. It's a different environment, but he stuck with me. He showed me the ropes. I had a lot of great teammates that year too that really took me under their wing and showed me how college was really like. And we had a rough first year, but altogether I feel like we created a great bond with our team that really did lead into the next year. But I do feel like me having that injury did set me back a little bit. But, as we were talking, I'm glad that this year we were able to bring in, great coaches, great teammates, and a great support system that helped me rehab, mentally and physically back to where I was.
Now, during the first year, you had an opportunity to play against some HBCU powerhouses, and tell us what it was like for you to attend a HBCU. And VUL has played football for a long time. It went away and it came back maybe 10 years ago. But take us into the thought process of being part of that history and what that's all about.
It was amazing. I always wanted to be at an HBCU just to show my true, heritage, my colors and all that. And it was a great experience from everything that I've gotten, whether that was at my school or when we went on the road to play Virginia Union, North Carolina Central, um, South Carolina State, Morgan State, a lot of great HBCU teams. And the atmosphere wherever we went was amazing. I love seeing people that look like me. I love seeing people that look like, my family. And it was just a great environment, just being accepted to be who I was, like who I am.
National television appearances, ESPN Plus. Take us back to the Delaware State game, your freshman year. You were throwing the ball around and getting some things accomplished on the field. making plays. Take us back to the Dale State game.
Yes, sir. Going into that game was a great showcase for me because we had talked about it before we even started the season. Like that was going to be my showing out game, a game that I really had to pop to show people, being at this stage, playing against Division I talent, playing against HBCU talent, that I could really fit in and stick out. And going into that game, that was my whole mindset was, coming in, doing what I can to help the team, hopefully winning the game, and definitely showing people what I am capable of. And I ended up finishing the game with around 350 or so passing yards and 2 touchdowns. So I felt like in my head, that was a great showcase of what I am capable of. And I know a lot of people got to see that as well.
To go out on the road and play several road games where you're going into Mumford at Southern, or you're going into, the Eagles Nest, and you're playing against high-powered HBCU teams, but you're on the road most of the time, so-called road warriors. What was that experience like?
It was definitely tough. Like we were saying, the atmospheres were great, but they weren't for us. They were definitely against us. So that took a lot of getting used to, especially every week. But I feel like as a team, we really combated that a lot. We stuck together, played together. We didn't really care about anybody else's feelings other than ours. Like we went in there, one mindset was to play for us and play for our brothers. And I feel like we really did showcase that a lot.
In terms of the educational experience, some people attend a big campus where there's a lot of people, and some people attend smaller campuses where there's, it's more close knit, if you will. Take us into that process and what that was like for you.
That definitely did help my decision, coming out of high school. I definitely wanted to be somewhere where I could get a great learning experience and also get a lot of hands-on experience, because that is something that helps a lot of kids coming out of high school, especially who didn't, have a great high school GPA or have trouble, learning in big classroom settings. So being able to have, a small group of guys or small group of people in your classroom and being able to get one-on-ones with the teachers definitely does help. And it definitely did show. I went from 2.7, 2.8, 2.9 GPA to a 4.0 GPA my college years. So I'm very grateful for that.
Thriving through adversity, the inner man, the person inside you, the grit, the grind, the determination, and acquiring an education, working on that, and also rehabbing. Take us into that thought process and getting back strong again.
Yeah, it was definitely tough at first. Like everybody says, it's a mental thing more than a physical. Um, but I was really blessed to have the man above in my ear at all times. Telling me everything's gonna be okay. Like I'm putting you through these situations because I know you can handle them. And I definitely had a great support system with my family, my friends, my teammates, my coaches, everybody that just wanted to see me succeed and get back to where I was and more. They definitely stuck by me throughout the whole thing. You know, dark days, great days, everything really played a part with each other. And it did take a while. A lot of the off season was just trying to get back right physically and mentally. But I feel like going into the season this year, it definitely did pay off.
You've had the opportunity to be around the game a long time. You went to several camps. Take us back to some of those camps, NC State, Florida State University, and so on and so forth, and what those camps were like for you.
Yes, sir. Those camps really, they really gave me a taste for what coaching I was gonna get in college. A really strict business type ordeal. I went to the NC State camp. I went to a West Virginia camp. I went to a Florida State camp, Clemson camp. And those camps really did help me, as far as coaching wise, like knowing what I'm gonna get or what I'm expecting to get at the next level. and definitely player wise, seeing who all is on my playing field and how much extra I have to work, knowing that the guy next to me is in the same boat as me.
After high school, you had about 24 offers, and you decided to take your talents to VUL, and now you're ready to move on. Just talk a little bit about why you're moving on, what that looks like, and what you look forward to.
Yes, sir. I was extremely grateful and still am that I was blessed to, have this opportunity to come play for VUL. It's been my home for the past 2 years. But just like everything in life, some things just have an end to it. And sometimes you just need to look for better situations for you. Um, and it really does help that I have my coaching staff and my teammates behind me, because they're really the ones who've been like giving me the support to go out, hit the portal, see what better offers you can get, because they know that what they've done for me and what I've done for myself has really excelled me to play at a bigger stage.
Now, college football has changed over the last few years. There's a transfer portal, there's NIL, there's a lot of moving parts. And I know you're just a few hours into the portal, but what is the process like? What so far, what do you think? And obviously, you're getting good feedback so far. What's it like to put yourself out there, so to speak, and go on faith and kind of see what's out there? What's the thought process? And so far, what is it like to go into the transfer portal?
Yes, sir. Like you had mentioned, I've only been in for a couple of hours, but it definitely is a different feeling, especially from high school as well, because you're getting a sense of you're more educated about what systems you're trying to go into. You're more educated about, every situation that is around you. It's definitely different with talking to coaches, because it's a more mature level. Instead of asking, simple questions and stuff like that, they want to know why why you're making such a big decision to leave, or what's your college grades looking like, because that's a big thing is GPA. And if you have a great GPA in college, that means you're studying at a big level, high level, and you're able to get things done, which does translate to the field. So that is a big part. But it's definitely been fun, these last couple hours, seeing what engagement I've gotten. And I'm looking forward to getting some more.
As you move forward, is there a certain region of the country you would look at a little bit more closely? Is there a certain league you would look at, Power Five or Group of Five, or how do you approach the transfer portal and the right fit as you move forward?
I talked with my head coach, and I talked with my parents and my quarterback coach, Balin, down in Orlando. And we just feel like right now everything's up for grabs. We don't want to get too picky or too cocky, because you never know what might happen. So really, for me, I'm open for anything. But if I do get a pick, I would like to be warmer, because these last couple months have been a little chilly up here in Virginia. But as far as that goes, yeah, like I said, open for everything, anything that I'm blessed to get an opportunity to play at will definitely be into consideration.
As you move forward, is this a move that will take place going into January, or so you could be in the mix in class and get into the spring football part of it, or is this something that will take place over the summer, or how does this process work as you move forward?
Yeah, so going into it, our whole mindset was, being able to get somewhere in the spring, to be able to get acclimated to the new system, new situation that I'm in, classes, get started on that. But I'm definitely open for, if things don't go right wide as well, or if we may have to wait a little bit just to have a better opportunity or understanding of the situation that we're going into. I have no problem waiting until the summer. But we are definitely striving to go for this spring semester coming up.
Now, just in only a short period of time, a few hours, you've already been offered. There's already buzz, if you will. But just talk about the thought process and the blessings of knowing that doors are opening and you can move forward and there's good things that will be happening down the road.
Yes, sir. Going into it, it's always a psychological thing, as a player, just hoping and wondering what's out there for you. Just wondering if you do enter the portal, like what's going to happen with your career. And so far, I definitely have been blessed with the opportunity to continue my career. Savannah State offered me recently. I'm extremely blessed about that. And I've definitely had a couple other coaches hit me up. So it's definitely been a fun experience so far, and we're just hoping to further that.
In closing, are there any other comments you would make or you would like to make to tell the people across America about your current situation as, again, you're going into the portal or you're in the portal and you're moving forward, looking for a new home, so to speak, to play football and earn an education?
Yes, sir. I just wanted to say, again, I really appreciate the opportunity that VUL has given me. I'm very thankful for Coach Newman, all the offensive staff, all the defensive staff, everybody in admissions, everybody that's really contributed to me having a good fun time at VUL. But it's time to move on, and I'm glad that I have that support behind me from them as well as my family and friends. And I also have, great support from my quarterback coach down in Orlando, Balin Trujillo. He's really been a big part of, the success that I've gotten. So I definitely want to shout out to him. But, just looking forward, I'm grateful for any opportunity that I get throughout these next couple months, years, whatever it may be. But I just want to say, thank you for every opportunity that I've gotten.
And what's your major? What will you major in as you move forward to another university?
I'm going to major in sports management.
And in closing, give us two of your best memories from VUL. Maybe one from your freshman year, and another one from your sophomore season.
Freshman year would definitely be that first game. Just the jitters I got, talking to everybody. That bus ride to Virginia Union was really special. Getting ready for my first collegiate game was something I don't think I'll ever forget. Definitely a great experience down there. And then I would say for this year would definitely be that comeback win that we had against Lane College. We were down 21 in the third quarter with about 7 minutes left, and we came back and won on their homecoming 45-42. I feel like our guys really rallied together. Never once thought that we couldn't come back from that. And we really stuck it together and came back and ended up getting a great pivotal win in our program's history. So I'm very proud of that.
CJ, why is the position of quarterback so special, so essential, so unique, and such a serious position of leadership on any football team?
I feel like because you're an extension of the coach out on the field, and a lot of guys do look up to you because you're the main voice that everyone listens to. And I definitely don't want to step into that situation if I know in my head I can't lead a team, which is why I've always stepped up because I feel like I'm a great leader when it comes to people. I'm able to hear what people need to say. I'm able to communicate that back and forth with the coaches as well as to them. And everywhere that we've went, we've had great camaraderie between players and coaches. There's never been a down part about that. So I definitely say like it's tough being a leader, but if you're born to be a leader, it's definitely a role that's good for you.
Well, folks, there you have it from CJ Brooks. He is known as QB1. You remember him as the freshman phenom at VUL for Dragons football. He is taking his talents and moving forward. Currently, he's in the transfer portal, and he is looking for a great opportunity to be a quarterback at another university. And we look forward to covering your games and seeing you in the near future. We thank you for your time. You have a great evening and continue your studies and much success. I'm James Hill. You're watching James Hill Sports. We'll be right back.